I go by the name of Ares66. I'm a Kenyan music producer, songwriter, rapper. I do everything in music, basically. I can say total time I used on set it, I can give it 1 hour. That's big thing. Set it was a big surprise for me. All my hits are coming from Logic Pro right now. That's my best software so far. Yes, you're right. Yeah, 16 years. Maproso. Wakadinali, Susan Owio. That one was difficult. What Wakadinali does and what Susan does. For us to come up with one thing that everybody agrees on, it wasn't easy. Snack. I don't snack. I don't think I have done my best work yet. I'm yet to do it. Because once it's out, it's not, for me, it's not the best. I go by the name of Ares66. I'm a Kenyan music producer, songwriter, rapper, mentor, and I do everything in music, basically. Videos, creative part of the videos. Basically everything involving music here in Kenya. Ares came from, I remember it started way back in high school when I was still trying to figure out what I'll do in between music and stuff. So I was basically rapping, and we were in, those groups where just in high school where you form some mini groups. So that's just the name. When you just come up with a name, you have to come up with a good name to fit, because everybody is trying to come up with a name at the moment. So I remember I used to call it used to be Resident Soldier, so it is RS, just RS, yeah, Resident Soldier. That's where the name came from. Primary school. Yeah, primary school. When we used to hear Kina Isa, I think what I can remember, I can just remember Ogopa DJs, Caliph Records, and Homeboys production. Those three made me just like flip to now the production side. That is when I was young. I used to listen. I used to really like the idea of Ogopa. You get they had their artists. It was like a camp. Then you saw Caliph coming in with the other camp. So those groups really used to fascinate me when I was young. I remember I was in, I think, class 6 or 7-ish. Yeah. I don't have a specific artist. I can say generally Kenyan music inspired me. Generally Kenyan music, the whole movement. The whole movement inspired me. Hip hop. Coming from, I used to listen to Kalamashaka a lot. The likes of Mau Mau, Koflani. That was my foundation in music. That's where that's where I understood music from, because I listened to them, understood how they were arranging their music, their releases. Those days we didn't used to have internet, so we used to have like CDs. So I remember going to Tao, searching for their CDs. So it was just the movement itself. It really moved me to want to do the same thing. I usually don't have a strategy. I work with the flow. I usually go with the flow. You can just meet someone sings something, and I get an idea from that, and then I'll move from where it is. And maybe someone can come and find I've already made the idea, and then you join in and we top up. But I don't have a specific way of doing music. It depends. But most of the time I usually come up. I find myself trying to I find myself trying to research more before I even start the project. I research like 90% so that when I start doing the project, the effort is only 10% because I did the research before. So, for instance, I might not just like experiment with all things. I will first like do an assessment of which songs are trending, which vibe is going right now with the young people. It depends on peer time of the year. You may find in January I might not do the same song that I'll do in December because it really matters. So things like that will make you not waste time experimenting on things that will just take your time. Because if I know January people need this type of song, media this type of song, and December this types of song. So I do research before I start making music. I don't think it's something that I balance. It's just in us Africans, the sounds that we listen to, you just find yourself like traditional sounds are in us. Generally, we can't do anything about it. So when you're even making hip hop or urban music, we find ourselves still moving with the same grooves, traditional, a little bit flavorish, traditional. We might use maybe a cowbell, something traditional, or just one single instrument that will trigger your mind when you're listening to it without you knowing, because it has that traditional element, or maybe the Kenyan flavor, just like a simple thing that will just tweak the whole thing to have the traditional feel. So it's just us. I think it's African. If you any African producer or musician, even if they're singing with the American accent, there's something that will still kick in that will just bring the identity back to you. You just know that Sawa, he's singing like an American, but I can tell there's something. Yeah. With the current technology trends, I think it's very hard because things are coming up every day. So like today there's something new, tomorrow there's something new. You can't like say I am on one mini, but currently I am on Logic Pro. That's my best software so far. That's the software that I made. I think almost all my hits are coming from Logic Pro right now. All the hits that I'm making are coming from Logic Pro. I've used all softwares because I started producing way back. So I come with them until there's a new one. I jump to the new one. I've used Fruity Loops. I've used Cubase. I've used Cool Edit. I've used Reaper. I started using Pro Tools. After Pro Tools, I think I moved to, what did I move to after Pro Tools? I think I moved to, I used Cubase a long time ago. After Pro Tools, I think that's when I moved to Logic. Now then I just stuck with Logic. From that day, I stuck with Logic. Because Pro Tools is a very professional software. For you to move from Pro Tools to another one, it has to be very good. Most of the time it's the artists who approach me. It's not me approaching them, because they feel, me, I'm a house, so it's like you want something from a specific shop to say, so you go to that specific shop because you want that sound. So it's them to listen and they're like, hey, I want your sound for this. I have a certain project, I want a certain sound. So that's why they come to me. So the collaborative aspect is just based on categorizing what you want, and maybe you've been doing slow jam songs and now you want an up-tempo song, and you'll be like, I think Ares is the best person for me to collab with, just the same way artists do it. You're an artist, you rap, but you need a singer, so you look for the best singer. or someone who goes with what you do. When I see someone who's driven, it's easier for me to jump on the wagon when you have self-drive. More of you are your own manager, you are your own. So, we are cutting cost. You're a good manager, so we are cutting cost on managing. You are a disciplined person. We are cutting cost on such things. Maybe financial discipline. You see, such things really help when it comes to me joining, compared to someone who doesn't know anything, you just know how to sing. Because right now, you need to have all the skills. You need to have a lot of skills when you join in music. You can't just come in and say, I'm a good rapper. It doesn't help. I need to know if you're a good rapper, you're good financially, you know how to take care of finances, you know how to manage yourself, you know how to dress yourself. So all those things make it easier for us as even a record company or something too. It is easy. It's like we're just jumping on and helping you to now, because we cannot start dealing with all those problems and we have to go and start dealing with the streaming platforms and stuff. That's what I look into when I see a young upcoming artist. Maproso, Wakadinali, Susan Owio. That one was difficult. They're two very different at like what Wakadinali does and what Susan does. For us to come up with one thing that everybody agrees on, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Where I say, hey, let's go with this, and this side says we go with this, and this side goes with this, because these ones are rappers. Suzanne is a singer and more traditional singer, not just this urban nini. So we had to try and fetch out a really unique sound that will. So you might find things like those. I don't even I need to produce physically. It is producing mentally now. It's all about producing. The difference. We have a difference between a beat maker and a producer. You have a difference. A beat maker is someone who makes beats. A producer is someone who tells you who can take the beat from the beat maker and join it with the artist. In Maproso, I only played the role of a music producer. I was just joining and I think I did the mixing and mastering. But the beat maker was Dealey, and then it was that. I was the producer in that project. I don't think I have done my best work yet. I'm yet to do it. Every day yesterday I made some things, I'm thinking that is the best. Today I'm going to make something, I'll think it's the best. So I don't think I can't say. Because once it's out, it's not, for me it's not the best. Once I release it, it's not the best. Because the best is still on my computer. Almost all songs. I can say. Almost all songs. They surpass your expectation. Almost all songs. The ones that you think they're going to be big, they aren't going to be big. It's just, every time I do it, it's a surprise. But the biggest one was Set It. Set It was a big surprise for me. It was just a project for me. I didn't even, guys might think that it took time even. I can say it took the least time making that song. Yeah, exactly. I took because I didn't even, I can imagine I made the beat a long time ago. I didn't even record the artist. The artists recorded themselves. So I just came in, found the song. I can say total time I used on Set It, I can give it 1 hour. 1 hour, totally. If I join everything, I made the beat in, I say 30 minutes, left it, came later on, listened to the song, and let's say after 6 months, had everything, joined everything, 30 minutes, I was done with the mixing and mastering. So I can give it a full 1 hour, 30 minutes, the whole project. I think everybody's going to be everybody, but truly speaking, right now you can't say. The dynamics of music right now, I don't think there's anyone with the power to say, because with internet, it's very different right now. The only thing that is a problem is how you'll maintain it after. You can get a hit song again, but now that's what I can predict. I can say this one will last longer when he gets it. This one won't last longer. That one I can predict. Everybody can predict. You can just tell. Like you see, if you get it, it will last longer. This one, if you get it, it won't last longer. I don't think there's anything changing. I think it's just new artists. And when new artists come in, everybody wants to come in with a different, like you want a different identity. But to me, we're all doing the same thing. If you listen to the words, the arrangement of the words, the thought, we are all running on like the same thoughts. When you listen to hip-hop guys, same thoughts in a run from way back from Kalamashaka time. They'll want to say the same thing. They'll want to say, look like, I'd want to look more ghetto, more gangster when I'm doing hip-hop. When I jump to this other side of Gengeton, guys want to look like you. They want to look more like Nonini. You remember Nonini used to come up with very like words that not like, you can't use those words with kids, but you get the same thing with Gengeton. It's what is happening right now. It's like they are vulgar songs, and it's getting more vulgar as it goes. Same as what we viewed Kina Nonini singing when they were Manziwa Nairobi. So you see, it's just the same line of thoughts. When you jump to the hip-hop side, it's still the same line of thoughts. Yes, we are from the East. Yes, we're from here. We are representing, that's hip-hop. For this other side, it's just a party, nini, same line of thoughts. Sijaona ikichange like when at Gengeton, with maybe softer words or not non-vulgar words. I don't see it changing much. It's still the same, even in hip-hop, ever since. I don't think there's much changing apart from that. It's just new artists. Now they need to come up with, that's why we have now, it was Gengeton, Abanton. You see, it's just moving. It's just moving because they need new identity. When you come in, you always need new identity. The international debate has been there ever since, but we don't need. I don't think. What is international? That's the question. Kenyans perceive international very differently. Kenyans, as long as you're not coming from Kenya, you're international. You get? As long as you're not coming from Kenya, they'll say you're someone coming in from, flying in, international artist, but they don't know that guy is local, where he comes from. That's the perception we all have. Kenyans have this imaginary bubble of an international gate where you guys go in open and we have an there's no one who is international. Me, I don't see, I really want to know that international artist. Who is international? What makes you international? I think as long as you are nationally known, you're international. Nationally known here in Kenya, you're international, because me, I always take it as it's representation. It's just like football, it's just like any other game. You can't say Harambee Stars is not international. You get, they are representing Kenya internationally. So see, when we're going outside, we'll say Harambee Stars is going to play for Kenya. So they play internationally. So whoever comes from here and goes to sing abroad, I think he's an international artist representing Kenya. So your mentality, we should just remove that mentality of it's an individual. No, it's the whole system. It's not one person, it's the whole Kenyan industry that needs to go international. Not one person who, we are an international artist. No, it's our music which has to go international. And so far, so good. We are doing it because we are representing Kenya in every platform that we get. When we see BN going outside, me, I see the whole industry going. I don't see BN going outside. I see the whole industry moving because it's a representation of our music. Yeah, it's just a piece. We cannot all go, but a piece of us can go and represent us. So and what to showcase the world that this is what we have, and if you need this type of music, this is because that's how music works right now. It's just like it's like shopping on eBay. You know, you need to present your product so the world can see. When they need that product, they'll sure do come for. So everybody's international. It's just that the world is leaning more towards the American market, but if you go to China, there's still international artists. But when you do a collab with a Chinese person, guys won't consider it. It will be like they need to see Beyonce, they need to see those guys for you to go international. They don't know that international. If you do a collab with Sophia Nzao, that's an international collab. We don't need to go. Me, I don't think you need to go doing collabos outside. Sophia Nzao here right now can take your music abroad. No, and as a finance, guys from the other side listen to you. So we just need a platform. Platform. Your perception international, there's no international gate, there's no international place where artists go and meet up and say we are international. We are all international right now because of the internet. It's very tricky because it's the hardest part in music right now, because of now we have the streaming sites coming in, and it's more wider and broader for you to understand. It's just not like one channel where you used to have MCSK and blame or take all your blames to one nini. Right now we have so many things. We have distributors, we have publishers. So we are trying to understand it even right now, because we are in the distribution era right now. So everybody is trying to learn, because even for the system itself, it's new. So even the system itself is learning and correcting the mistakes. You see where you have now stories of Spotify guys complaining about the system itself is learning. So even us in the system, we are going through with the learning. We are sharpening our skills as we go. I think in the say 10 years, guys will have gotten the distribution thing right, because way back it was used to let the record companies do the distribution. Right now, you do the distribution yourself. So me being someone who understands it, I think I have a upper hand on compared to someone who doesn't understand distribution, and that's what we are trying to do right now. Just learn what it entails and the details, the laws. You know, now we are signing contracts. We have to now start learning how to. But it's all you only learn by making mistakes. That's the only way. I don't think I don't want to change the story. I want the story to continue as it was. Because the story, the story is already, we have a story already. We have a very good story. I'm just a book. I'm just like a chapter. I feel like I'm a chapter in that book where guys will come and read it later on, and I'll be just a chapter. Because I consider myself being on I think the second or the third generation of urban music, compared to guys like Kina Isa. I can say they were on the second generation. So you see, it's a story where we are actually making it as we go. Because I'm here, and I know the stories of Kina Isa, I know the stories of Kalamashaka, I know. So I feel like I am part of the story itself, and I don't want to change. I don't want to change it. I don't want to bring in I want to bring in a new sound. No, I want ile yenye ilikuwa, let's bring it to the top. That thing of every time we are reinventing a new sound, I think that's where we go down. Because the moment we have this, and then then something else comes, we put it aside and start making the other one. Then I think we should just stick to whatever we are doing. If it's Gengeton, let's just stick to Gengeton and push Gengeton to the limit. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Because of the current situation right now, it's really affecting our business-wise. It's really affecting everyone. Political stability in a country. Those are the things that even guys, when they're talking about international, guys don't consider such things. If we are not politically stable, for us to even go international, we have so much to deal with locally that we cannot focus. You see, guys who are international, if you see their political country, like politically their countries are very stable. So they have time to deal with now music and other stuff. But when we are dealing with the Mandamano and everything, we are wasting time. Unapata like that time when we had Mandamano, the music scene really went down, and we had to now come and then start recollecting ourselves. Events. That's what politics really affects music. Really, it affects everything. It affects everything. Not even music, everything. Businesses, everybody suffers. But musicians, I can tell you for a fact, they really, when those things come up, I know they don't. Most of them, they just want to join in for the fact that you need to be with the movement. But in the back of their head, they know that the event that I was supposed to headline next week might be pushed or might be cancelled because of these instabilities. Yeah. So it really affects us. As I said, I was a musician before I became a producer. I used to rap. So it was just the transition came when everybody is now rapping now. Then you're like, now who will produce? Because you're a rapper. Now we are stranded. We have to find a producer. That's when I said, let me just teach myself, because it's self-taught. I never went to school for production. I just started producing, just like that. I remember the person who made me want to produce more, I think, was Calligraph, because he used to want to record more that I didn't even have time to record my own. Every beat I make, he uses. Then I decided, let me just do it now. Paperwork, yeah. Paperwork. But at the same time, it's hard, when you are starting, for you if I just advise someone who's starting, paperwork is more important. Contracts. You see, like when you're doing projects, those times we didn't. We didn't have like contracts. It's just come, I'll sign you. You agree verbally what you're signed to me, and then hey, you see, no paperwork whatsoever. So when now things start becoming serious, you see you're lacking, something is lacking now. And that's where if I go back, that's something I'll correct. For me, I respect the East African community. I think we could have been stronger if the industry was Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya, without us making the imaginary borders where we say bongo music is big. No, we should say East Africa music is bigger, so that we can own that. See, the moment we start saying bongo music and that word goes outside there, guys know that, oh, you guys are different. But tungeshikanisha, like we say, East African music, it would have been very big. Because me, I always wanted to collab with them. I think that's something that is really missing. It's really missing. There's that connection. You see, that, because he's the epitome of that side. So we need something on this side and the other side from Uganda, so that I really wanted to do something, Diamond, Uganda, Kenya. If I can get just 3 artists from that different regions, big artists, I think there is where we can start now talking as East Africans and saying that our music, we don't have to say bongo, we don't have to say Kenyan music, and we have to say East African. That's where we got West African music. Generally, they are together, Ghana, Nigeria, you see, and their sound even sounds the same. And for me, I think Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda sounds the same. Sounds the same. We're just creating imaginary borders. There's no bongo. If you listen to Otile Brown, you listen to guys on the other side, I don't think there's a difference. When you listen to Feed Q, come this side and listen to guys like Kalamoto. When you go to Uganda, you listen to Kina Bobby Wine. Come this side, listen to Kina Dufla, we are just doing the same thing. So there's no what Uganda, Tanzania, it's African music. Perceptions. That's one thing I really want to change, because there's so much perceptions going on that even artists themselves live with perceptions. You see, they don't want to, you never even met someone, but you are assuming he's this way. You see, perceptions are the things that are killing our industry. So guys are like, I meet artists and like, hey, this song could have been bigger if we had so and so. And like the artist is like, hey, so and so is like, you've not even talked to that guy, but you have a perception since you've seen how, and then guys don't get that music is just like acting. You cannot tell me like ati James Bond is a killer. You get the things that guys see. Guys want you to be that person. You see Wakadinali, you think they are a gangster. Those guys went to, like, Sky is a graduate. So those perceptions, if we do away with perceptions, our industry can really go far, because we are living on everybody is thinking you are like this and you are thinking he's like, so we really need to network and understand each other so that we do away with the perception, because even it's really, right now, it's on a very high, because of now we have the bloggers. So now the bloggers are fueling the whole perception thing, because you can go to an interview, I can come here, talk like this, someone will just cut a clip and say, you get a push perception flannily. I told you guys that, hey, these guys are not okay. Maybe I just said something, kaka piece, so it will push things to, so even the artists themselves will be like, he said this, but hajakana we chini akakama realize, man, you are a very different person from what you see online, and everybody is different. Snack. I don't snack. I don't think I snack. I wake up, I eat breakfast. Once I get to the studio, the next thing I notice, it's night. It's like 7-ish, 8-ish, and I get to the studio like 10. So I don't really have a snack per se, but I snack on anything that comes, fruits, anything. But most of the time, I'm just like, I'm not a foodie. Let me just say. Costa Ojwang. Hiyo album yake ilikuwa inaitwa nini? I'm forgetting the name. The previous one, not this in song, the other one. Yeah, I can listen to that album from start to finish. I really listen to weird things. I don't listen. Would guys think at Ares listens to? I rarely listen to hip hop. I rarely listen to hip hop because I feel like I consume so much hip hop that even when I listen to it, like I know what you're going to say next. Like the rhymes, I can tell like how it's coming, and I know where it's going. But for this like traditional music, they really give me a different feeling when I listen to them. So that's an album that I can listen from. But with the hip hop albums and this, I skip. It must be there. I must skip because the beat patterns, they're almost now the same. The world doesn't have any new genre. The world doesn't have any new genre. So I feel like I've listened to everything. It's like just if you're an instrument player, when you listen to say, you already know. So that's what I feel about this other music. But when I listen to traditional music, I find myself nowadays listening to weird West African music, traditional music, just to get an inspiring sound for me now to get, you need refreshments for you to come and now start building your own music. I listen to Costa Ojwang a lot. That one I cannot deny.